It's fizzy, fermented, and it's flying off the shelves. Kombucha has become big business in recent years. Last year, it surpassed more than $1 billion in global sales. Much of the demand comes from consumers who want a healthy alternative to pop and other sugary beverages.
I think it's supposed to help just with your digestion and just make you feel a little better overall.
Apparently it's good for my gut health, as my girlfriend tells me.
It helps probably mostly with digestion and just overall health. It's good hydration.
Drinkers and producers alike will tell you kombucha can help with a range of health problems. Digestion for starters, but also inflammation, obesity, headaches. Some even suggest the drink can increase resistance to cancer or reduce the risk for Alzheimer's and Crohn's disease. But does science back up this idea that kombucha is good for you? As early as 220 BC, members of the Xin dynasty in northeast China believed it would detoxify and energize them. As it grew in popularity, health-conscious individuals started brewing kombucha at home. That turned into a cottage industry and eventually mass production.
So every batch of kombucha that you make starts with a little bit of kombucha from the previous batch. So we're going to pour that in to start. Next, we're going to add our tea into the same jar that we just previously used. And add boiling water. And we're going to let that steep for about half an hour. After your tea is steeped, we're going to add the sugar in and stir it up. You want to stir until all the sugar is dissolved. Then we're going to strain the tea into the previously made kombucha, which is also referred to as the starter. We're going to immediately add some cold water. This is going to bring the temperature down. Then we're going to strain out the tea. Lastly, we're going to add in the SCOBY. SCOBY is just a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. It's what makes the magic happen. So put it in there, and then we're going to cover the top.
From there, the drink is left to ferment, sometimes for days, sometimes for weeks. And studies show that process could be good for you.
Fermented foods, it has little microorganisms that might fight for space in the gut and take up space so that bad bacteria are not there. And two, fermented foods might increase the bioavailability of vitamins and minerals.
But while kombucha may be good for your gut, evidence into its other possible benefits remains limited. Some studies suggest it could combat cancer, aid in digestion, and promote liver health. However, researchers say those outcomes have only been seen in animals and in labs.
When it comes to animal studies versus human studies, we can't exactly extrapolate those benefits to humans.
Generally speaking, kombucha is considered to be safe for anyone to use. It does include alcohol, though, because of the fermentation process. That's usually in the range of 0.5%, or it can be up to 3%, depending on how long the kombucha is left to ferment. People with compromised immune systems, children, pregnant women, the elderly, they should probably stay clear. Ironically, the most serious ailment associated with kombucha use is overconsumption. The BC Centre for Disease Control says you should have no more than half a cup per day. So now you've heard all this, are you going to use it, not use it? Let us know in the comments below.